the defense, it's the pass rush. We knew going into that Packers game that if Aaron Rodgers was able to create, that he was going to tear us apart, and he tore us apart. And to go back on your question a little bit earlier, you said, what is it about us Lions fans that make us so crazy? And it's just a want to win so bad, and watching our GM and our coach slap Band-Aids on wounds that are way bigger than what they think they are. I mean, I like TJ Hawkinson, but they last year when they complained about we were so bad, I think drafting TJ Hawkinson was an okay move, but it wasn't, to me it wasn't the best move. And I think the same with Jelani Tavai. It wasn't the best move out there. And I think even if he ends up being good, it's still a little bit of a reach for a team that was 6-10 and needs to get better.
Yeah, the tight end position's been disappointing to me. Obviously, game one, we came out with high hopes for TJ Hawkinson, and it looked awesome. And then ever since, I'm kind of like, where's Jesse James again? And where's, a 4-yard catch for Hawk? All right. I don't know. It's a bit underwhelming. And that kind of scares me because the other side of it is you bring in a tight end like TJ Hawkinson, who is a game changer in the run game, and you can't run the ball.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers is, I'm just as mad as other people. I think they're worse than this calls. I don't think that's particularly what lost us the game, but Matt Patricia, I don't know about anybody else, but I get tired of watching 5-yard throws down the field as long as we're keeping the defense in front of us, playing man coverage all the time. I'm starting to wonder if Matt Patricia is going to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had my doubts. It's been in a position where he's going to have to prove me wrong. I just don't feel like he's a big-time coach. And look, the other thing, too, the defense goes hand-in-hand with special teams. If you're a defensive coach, you put a high priority on special teams. Their special teams has been a debacle this year. Block field goal, block punt, the most penalties in the league on special teams. You missed a few. Look at the special teams product overall. Everyone will point to the Agnew return. Outside of that, it's been pretty bad. You think it's all ha-ha horse bleed. Every penalty you take on special teams, those are killers. They got 10 of them. It's week 5. 10. It's week 5. It's just not a well-coached operation. Let's go Bill, 97.1. Billy.
Yeah, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, but
really simple. Our offense cannot save our defense, and our defense cannot save our offense. So therefore, it's a total team failure. Offensive and defensive coordinators are to blame. A bad quarterback is to blame, and it all funnels up to the coach. So it's, in comparison, you got the Patriots. They have total team success. We have total team failure. It's quality of our players. It's just bad. That first play, I thought when they did a flea flicker, I said, okay, we're gonna blow them out. They couldn't get into the end zone. So after that, they settled for the field goal. I said, we're gonna lose the game. I said that first quarter, and sure enough, we lost the game.
See, what's interesting, though, like you bring up Stafford, right? And we talk about Matthew Stafford. You look at his numbers on surface, you go, man, not bad. 1,400 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. You want to use QBR, do all that stuff? Sure. Here's the problem, though. You start digging into it a little bit. 61% completion rate? Like, to give you an example, the elite quarterbacks in today's game are completing almost 70% of their passes. 61? Now, when he connects, he's hitting people. Giving you 13 yards, but the yards per attempt is down at 8 because he's not 61%. 20 years ago, you were elite. But in today's game, that's not great, man.
Well, and how about 57% in the fourth quarter, 54% in the red zone?
Oh, God. That's just downright awful in 2019. Awful.
In the red zone, he's 13 of 24. sacked twice as well.
You guys do what you want with that. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not blaming it all on Stafford. I'm not doing that. That wouldn't be fair, accurate. I'm just telling you. I mean, completion percentages, guys like Matt Ryan are at 72, Russell Wilson, 72, Derek Carr, 73. A host of guys at 69 and change. I mean, Matthew Stafford at 61.3% pass completion rate ranks 26th in football amongst the 32 QBs that are qualified to be in this category. That is amazing. For a quarterback of his talent to not, and again, they're trying to spoon feed him more throws, more play action, brought in the tight ends, easier completions. The receivers are healthy. You think it would all benefit him. But then the other side, you're like, oh, okay. 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. It's all working out great.
Which is interesting, too, because before the season, what were we talking about? Hey, Stafford, they're kind of going to make Stafford more of a game manager. He's going to pick his spots, right? He's just going to kind of work the clock, work the field, smart passes. Maybe he won't stretch the field as much. He's just not completing a lot of his passes. When he does take those deep shots, he's been good. That's where he's been good this year. And he's been good at getting down to the red zone. He's just not good finishing drives.
See, that's the problem. Like, you look at a guy who's top 10 in QBR and you go, hey, he's not the problem. But then you look at the red zone woes and his red zone completion rate, and you go, all right, well, then he's more culpable than the numbers suggest. But he's too good to totally be. It's you know what it is? It's him. Like, that's Matthew Stafford.
That's on the quarterback.
No, but that's him in sum total. He gives you enough window dressing to go, damn, this guy's good. But then you look at it and there's enough things that aren't, where it just keeps him from being the difference maker we all hope he could be. Is that?
No, because it's when you get down there inside the red zone to be able. Your quarterback needs to find a way, one way or another, to get the ball in the end zone. And I said this stat earlier, and this is something I looked up earlier today. The Lions are 24th in the NFL in touchdowns per red zone appearance. That can't happen if you want to be a good team. If you want to be a 4-1 team, if you want to be a first-place team in the NFC North, you have to turn those field goals into touchdowns. It's that simple.
485-399-9797. Your call, Sully's Cocked and Loaded pick of the day at 445, 97.
Well, what else is simple and great is Coppercraft Distillery. Now, guys, if you haven't tried it, make sure you check it out. Kim from Coppercraft actually swung by the office earlier today, was talking to her for a while. Coppercraft's been absolutely killing it lately. Whether it's their straight bourbon whiskey, whether it's the canned cocktails, they got a lot of stuff, and you should definitely try it out. Certainly when you're down at Ford Field, when you're down at Comerica Park, when you're down at LCA, you can get it at any of our local stadiums. And also, make sure to ask for Coppercraft at your local restaurant or at your local retail store. Coppercraft Distillery, it's a Michigan product. And guys, not only is it a Michigan product, I'm not saying just go get it because it's a Michigan product. It's also a product that has been getting a lot of recognition on the national level as well. They've been winning Bourbon Distillery of the Year awards. They've been winning awards for their straight bourbon whiskey. They got a 97 proof, not 97.1, but a 97 proof straight bourbon whiskey. That's just outstanding. You should check out Coppercraft Distillery, Holland, Michigan. Learn more, coppercraftdistillery.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 696 eastbound, the exit ramp to northbound Mound is still blocked by an accident. Also adding to the backup, a reported crash on the 696 eastbound exit ramp to southbound Cousins. 96 Jeffries westbound at Levan, a wreck is blocking the 2 left lanes, and there's an accident 94 westbound at Michigan Avenue in Dearborn. For same-day service of your furnace or home, Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 37 years in the business. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 800-924-2123. MastercraftHeating.com. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings. Coming up Thursday morning at 6:50. You can win yourself some Wings tickets. At 7:25, you can win yourself $2,000 in the 2 Grand Slam. Jamie and Stoney. Mornings, 6 to 10. Elton John. The final tour.
family road trip in his toy car, it's too small. But using the Mercedes-Benz Metris cargo van to run your business? Just right. Only the Metris can haul, stow, and tow more than any other van in its class. It has the maneuverability to get through the toughest jobs and fits in your garage, too. And now with 0% financing, it's built around your budget. Because if you can't picture your son behind the wheel of a monster truck or squeezing your family inside a 2-seat convertible, we don't blame you. The only thing you need to picture is where the Metris can take your business. The Mercedes-Benz Metris. With 0% financing and starting at $26,570, it's just right. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
MSRP excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer price paid options. While availability and actual deal price may vary. See dealer for details. Direct costs and terms. Only valid on 2018 or 2019 Mercedes-Benz Metris vans. Qualified commercial customers only. Offer valid through January 2nd, 2020.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. 30% of Americans who are planning home improvements of $5,000 or more will pay for those renovations with a high-interest credit card. That may not be a great idea. A better idea may be to take cash out of your home with a Quicken Loans 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.08%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate subject to change. Pay 1.25% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Switch to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support. It's time to take your business beyond. Right now, get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and auto pay. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that can keep your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and auto pay. Offerings 11/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited up to 8 hours. Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Pistons wrapping up the preseason tonight. They'll square off with the Hornets out in Charlotte. We'll have it for you right here in the Ticket starting at 6:35. Baseball playoffs were also supposed to continue this evening, but due to poor weather conditions, Game 4 of the ALCS has now been postponed and moved till tomorrow. Game 5 will take place on Friday. The Lions at the practice fields today in Allen Park getting ready for Sunday's game with the Vikings. Head coach Matt Patricia said they're not going to make excuses for that loss on Monday night to the Packers, and he says as his team, ready to move on. Ryan Woolley, more at 5. We're at 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
This hour's Ticket signing bonus keyword brought to you by Big B Coffee is pancake. Text pancake to 72881 for your chance at $1,000.
With me, Myles Garrett, and punched him in the face. Wait, what? Like, in what world would you ever think? Myles Garrett is terrifying. He's 6'5", 280. Cut. Scary. That can't be true.
I don't know how or why, or certainly why anyone would do that. My God.
Myles Garrett said, he's talking to the person, I guess. Put your legs into it. It might have made me flinch. Oh, dear God. All right. Well, it just shows you people are insane.
Now, we know that David hates the Browns. It didn't happen to be David that did this, was it? You've been here. Okay.
All right. So here we go, because because it can't just be about your guy. This is where Lion fan really is just kind of goofy. What's Rodgers' completion percent? Who's talked about Aaron Rodgers playing high-level football this year? And by the way, I think it's 63.2%, so higher than Stafford's. Still not great. What relevance does that have to your guy? You ingrate. Stafford's the only one who can get into the end zone. He gets the ball in his hands, and they don't get it in the end zone for him. Problem with the facts you're giving is, what's his time to throw? What about receiver separation? He's forced into tight windows. This may be the day I walk. I gotta be honest. This may be the day I walk out of here and I don't come back and do this show again. And I just leave. The O-line has done a good job. I could pull it up if you like. The sack rate, it's no better than 17th or 18th in the league. He hasn't taken a ton of hits. He's got time. His receivers are healthy. You know, I'd expect that if we were criticizing Tom Brady. Guy who's got more Super Bowls than he's got fingers. What is it with this town? And then again, look at the guy I got doing the ticket tax. How could I expect any better from him? Sick of the nonsense. His football team and its fan base. Tired of it. Bird brains on the ticket text don't help. Rick, go ahead, buddy.
Mike, I'm glad you didn't walk out before you took my call.
No, I mean, Rick, I'm just so frustrated with it because you just try to have a conversation about football and these GD fanboys ruin it.
Hey, Mike, listen, I'm 77 years old, so I had my glory days watching the Lions win. So that doesn't bother me so much. What bothers me is the coaching. And when I say that, you ever notice that in the second half how other teams adjust to what's happening in the first half? Except who? The Lions. They don't adjust to anything. You realize that I'm just watching this ball game on TV, and I saw a play where the Packers had 13 guys on the field. 13. There's not a coach on that sideline that could pick that up?
Well, I mean, Rick, the adjustment thing, look, the problem I have is defensively, I feel like it's the same game every week, and they're not just hoping for a turnover, they're relying on it. And then when we look at offensively, you feel like there's a lack of execution, a lack of sharpness, and the running game isn't getting better. So you have something here, Rick. I don't know how it gets fixed.
Mike, let me ask you this. I know it sounds maybe crazy, but how about a repeat of how they came out in the first quarter? You ever try the flea flicker maybe twice? You think it don't work? Try it at least.
You know what's funny? I don't know that I've ever seen that twice in a game.
I know.
I don't know that I have ever. I might be the most crazy idea in the world, but, you know, Rick is right. I don't know that I've ever seen that at any level of football twice in the same game.
The whole idea is surprise, Mike, okay? If you can get your opponent to where they're confused, you got a good chance of breaking a big play. Their running game, like you say, is lousy. Well, if that's the case, throw the damn ball. And the same with blitzing. They're talking about playing one-on-one. The one time they did blitz, what's his name? Rodgers. They sacked him.
When
the team's going down the field, getting whatever they want, you got to change what you're doing.
Rick's one of my favorite callers of the day here. I got to be honest. I don't.
You needed that pick-me-up, too. That's good.
I just need people to do the job better, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't know why the offense just isn't able to finish these games. I don't know why the defense can't get a stop. They have more talent than this. Trey Flowers is a really good football player. Snacks Harrison's a really good football player. Justin Coleman and Darius Slay, a couple nice young safeties. They got the tenets of a good defense. I know Daniels is hurt. Well, Daniels hasn't really done anything all year anyways. Offensively, like your QB's healthy, your running back's healthy, your wideouts are all healthy, your O-line's healthy. Like everyone wants to point and laugh like Milhouse in The Simpsons at the Cowboys. Yeah, left tackle was hurt, right tackle was hurt, best receiver was hurt. Go live that life. Yeah, it looked pretty sweet when you played the Chargers and we told you about all the players they were missing. That's what it looks like. You're living in La La Land. You're outside of Quandre Diggs. You're pretty healthy. Like, I don't understand why it looks like this. Because they're good enough to be in a lead, but they're not good enough to finish it? Why? What is that reason? 248-539-9797. All right. So the ticket's got a message for the big dudes. Guys who've tried to lose weight. It's not easy. Tony Ortiz struggled for a long time. Then he decided. He had a brainstorm, if you will. Hey, I'm going to call 1-800-IDEAL-U. That's right. Tony Ortiz called Dr. Stanley, the Ideal U Health Center. He got his full body consultation. And then he got to work. And Tony lost 50 pounds, and he kept it off using Ideal U. Call 1-800-IDEAL-U. It works fast, and it worked for Tony. It can work for you. It's doctor supervised. Dr. Stanley will take you through the whole process. Show you how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine. Go to their website, idealu.us. Look at the transformation pics. Take the quiz. See how much weight you can lose. The body consultation, normally a $100 bill. You mention the station, you get it for $29. Call Dr. Stanley, 1-800-IDEAL-U. That's 1-800-IDEAL-U. Or go to idealu.us. Results vary based on physical health and adherence to program. No weight loss guarantees provided early.
Time for another Action Network Flash. On Sunday, Atlanta hosts Los Angeles, and Jalen Ramsey's new team is a 3-point favorite. The line's been bet down since LA opened at -4. For all the betting info, download the free Action Network app today.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Checking in on the ALCS, Garrett Cole wins again. That should not be a surprise. Since May, every time he's been on the mound and gotten a decision, he has won. And last night's 4-1 win in the Bronx gives Houston a 2-1 series lead, and that was no different. Well, except it was really different because Cole did not have his best stuff, but the Yankees couldn't do anything with it. And if you believe former Yankee Alex Rodriguez, it may have been because Severino was tipping his pitches. Just know this, Yankee fan, if he was tipping and the Astros did figure it out, that's not cheating, but you do you. Unless doing you means throwing baseballs and water bottles on the field because a call doesn't go your way, then don't do you. Buying a ticket gives you license to do certain things, but throwing stuff at the players on the field is not one of those things. I'm Jim Rome.
I've been around a long time, seeing a lot of gadgets show up that are supposed to make my job easier. Digital screwdrivers, Hammer 2.0, the new improved nail, now with more pointiness. You know what really makes my job easier? Grainger. Easy reordering, easy inventory solutions, and easy to do business with every time. Gadgets come and go. You want reliability. You want Grainger. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Napa know-how. Why should you buy a 99-cent Napa bag? Because it's no ordinary bag. It can save you 20% on 3 or more items you can fit inside. Some call that magic. Others say it's the 8th wonder of the world. But whatever it is, it's the best way to save you 20% on brakes, filters, wipers, and more. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, small supplies last. Minimum 3 items. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 10/31/19.
At Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, we're for teachers, not just teachers. If you've ever taught a lesson about anything in life, you can join MSGCU. We're for anyone who's ever taught someone how to flip a pancake, play euchre, put on makeup, or parallel park. Anyone who's taught someone how to choose the perfect outfit, find the Big Dipper, change a tire, or play
4:45. Not getting any action at home? Have Sully lay it down for you.
Bangkok 96.
It's Mike Sullivan's top 2 million pick of the day.
I'd love to get that poll, for sure. Plus 27 units. We took yesterday off because, well, frankly, we were just inundated with Lions stuff. But I never thought I'd be betting on the South Alabama and Troy game. Yeah, some Wednesday night football. South Alabama at Troy. Now, I love that this point spread has gone from Troy minus 14.5 to Troy minus 17. I'm taking the underdog here. I'm taking South Alabama. They're 4-0 against the spread their last 4 conference games. By the way, on the other hand,
I mean, do you know the mascot for either of these teams that you're going to bet on?
Troy Trojans and, South Alabama. I think not the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
The Jaguars, yes.
But can you name a player?
No, I can't. This is all numbers and trends based.
Oh, man.
But Troy, by the way, they are just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games this season. I really like South Alabama with the points. Now, South Alabama, I was looking at this. They haven't looked great. I don't think they're going to win this game, but they're good against the spread. So I think they're going to be able to score just enough points to stay within that 17 points. So give me South Alabama getting 17 points at Troy.
I am disgusted.
1 unit. It's a game I haven't watched either of these 2 teams just do 1 unit.
Kidding.
I thought I saw Troy on this year once, but I didn't really watch it.
Oh, my. We have hit a new low. God, we need good football tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night we have UL Lafayette again, Arkansas State.
Okay, thank you for that.
Oh, we got UCLA Stanford tomorrow night. That's right.
I ran the flea flicker like 20 times a game in Tecmo Super Bowl. It works great. I swear, watching the Monday night game, I said, start the second half with another flea flicker. Whoever would see it coming? Wow. Plain and simple, we got 4 bad calls and the ref screwed us. You're looking for answers where there are none. No, you're just a dim, dense moron. You've had the lead in all 5 games. Do you mean to tell me that you only closed 2 of them because of bad calls? Jesus H. Oh, I almost said something terrible. Just stop. Flippy, go to Andrew in Grosse Pointe. Andrew, go ahead.
How's it going, guys?
Andrew, you know what kills me? I'm actually in a really good mood until Lion fans piss me off.
Yeah, that's something you have to deal with every day, my friend.
Golly, what do you got?
So I'm going with Daryl. He's freezing. Now, I'm going to throw out with...
Gotta put him on hold. Phone's terrible. We'll let David get to him. We'll go to Andrew if he's still around momentarily. Jordan, you're the benefactor. Hi, Jordan.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. What do you have?
I got Matt Patricia being the biggest problem
Let me hear why.
because he's so not aggressive with his defensive play calling. Just lets every team dink and dunk down the field as much as they want and hopes for a turnover to fall in his lap. He doesn't be aggressive to try to force the turnover. He just waits on them. That's why the defense is on the field so long. That's why there's not quite as many possessions, because their defense just bends, don't break type deal.
Oh, no, I'm with you there. And it's driving me insane. Like, it's driving me nuts. Because they're not able to get off the field enough. Like, they face 70 plays a game. How do you think that's a good idea?
No, gets everybody tired. And then last game, it was so predictable that with 7-8 minutes left, Green Bay gets the ball. It was so predictable they were going to let him go right down the field, take the field goal to win it. And instead of being aggressive, trying to force a turnover, if you get beat, you still have a chance to go down and win it. But instead, they sit back and lose the game. That was what lost it right there.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting, too, think about this, right? You're talking about the defense and the bend but don't break. Do you realize that they are bottom 5 in the league in pressure rate? They only produce pressure on the opposing quarterback 25.9% of snaps. And even worse, and you tell me what you want to do with it, Jordan, even worse, Do you know that they are 18th in the league, even rushing just 4 players? Only rushing 4 67% of the time. What are we doing here?
You don't even have a guy that can dominate the rush with the 3 guys. Well, I don't know how you don't try to send somebody. Everybody's just trying to bull rush. Just push their offensive lineman back and keep the pocket. That's all they're doing.
They're 30th in the league at pressure rate. If you want a comparison's sake, you know, the Rams are number 1, New England's number 2, Chicago's number 3. They're all north of 35%. Wow. I don't know what to say to that. I really do not. You know how I feel about rushing 3 defenders. I think it's a death sentence. I wouldn't rush 3 on a Hail Mary. I wouldn't rush 3 on 3rd and 25. I wouldn't rush 3 ever in my life. There would never be a play where I don't bring 4 guys. Would never be a play. Just don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. Giving quarterbacks bigger windows to step up into, bigger rush lanes to step up into, more time. I just think in today's game, with the way defense is not allowed to be played, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for somebody to grab a jersey or I don't. And by the way, you're asking for your old lineman to hold. I don't know, man. Look at all the defensive holdings that are out there. And you're going to sit there and allow the QB to stand around and have people run all over people. The idea that on 1 of every 3 plays, the Lions don't rush 4 people. That's just... wow. Am I wrong to be blown away by this stat? Maybe I'm an idiot.
No, and it's interesting because we dove into so many different numbers and stats today. Sure, we watch the game, we have the basic stats, but when you really dive into a lot of these numbers with the Lions, it's crazy to break down and see some of them.
All right, who do you think brings 5 or more blitzes, okay, with 5 rushers or more? And I want David's answer on this too. Sully, who do you think brings the most heat in the league?
Ooh, great question.
Here's a hint, it's not the Lions.
Eagles.
No.
With Jim Schwartz.
David, do you have a guess? You should have some familiarity.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Steelers.
They're 4th. The Ravens are 1st. The Browns are 2nd. The Lions are dead last in football. But here's the key. Look at this spread. The Ravens lead the league bringing a blitz on 39% of plays. 39%. The rest, Cleveland's 37, Arizona's 36, the Browns and Broncos 35. The Lions are dead last in football at 14.4%. It's not like it's not even like the whole league is within, a 10% spread. Damn near 40% at the top. You're 14% of the time you blitz. Tell me again how Patricia's a genius. What defensive genius in a day and age where how is it a good idea when you can't stop the run and you can't stop the pass and you're on the field for 70 plays a game? How is it a good idea to only rush 3 or never blitz? I'm an idiot. Help me. It's like Bridesmaids. Help me, I'm poor. Help me. Understand this. Your man Mikey is sitting here. I'm in dire straits. Like, this is a defense from hell in my world. You've heard how I react when MSU decides to only rush 3 on a 3rd and 9, like twice in a game. I explode. Watching you play defense, I have to tell you, I say lots of very mean things. I don't know if you care about those numbers at all. Don't know if it's interesting to you. Just throwing it out there. Had to give it to you. Oh, yeah, the Lions with 2 and 3 man rushes. 2 and 3 man rushes. 2nd in the league at 19%. Washington leads it at 23. The team you're playing this weekend, by the way, 0%. Minnesota don't play that way. They're never going to bring 2 or 3. And it's funny because I love the way they play defense. physical, in your face. We're going to force the issue, and if you can beat us for a big play, God bless. We'll give you a high five. 97.
How about 100%? Seems like 100%. No, this is true. 100%, it seems like to me, of Hall Financial clients are happy and raving online about the 5-star service that they have received. I'm one of them. Bogey's one of them. You guys have heard him talk about this as well. And it goes without saying that David Hall's 25 years in the business. It's going to get you the very lowest rate. Lowest fees in the country. There's a reason why Hall Financial is taking the mortgage industry by storm right now. So if you're in the business, if you're in the market to refinance, or certainly if you're buying your first home like I just did, call Hall Financial, 248-308-5000, or just chat online at davidhallmortgage.com. Guys, they make it super easy. Customer service is fantastic. They're always texting you or calling you and keeping you updated the entire process, always updating you with what's going on and how things are going. So call right now. By the way, if you want to wait 44 days to close on your loan, just call the bank. But if you want to close in less than half that time, call David Hall and his team over at Hall Financial. The majority of their loans close in 2 to 3 weeks. 248-308-5000, or just chat online, davidhallmortgage.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Adam, the American Divorce Association for Men. 696 eastbound, the exit ramp to northbound Mound is blocked due to an accident. The ramp to southbound Mound is still open. You'll find that traffic is slowing down from 75. Northbound Mound is moving slowly from 9 Mile. 96 Jeffries westbound at Levan. That accident has been cleared. Still some residual backups in the area. And there is a reported accident. Davison heading westbound at Rosa Parks Boulevard, blocking the right side. If you're a man facing divorce or custody issues, don't take a chance with your future. Call the expert attorneys at Adam, 248-356-AD-AM. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
24-month $99 employee lease document, $99.12.22. Buy or lease your new car now and let Kelly and his Van Dyke Dodge show you how to not pay a thing till spring 2020. You heard right. Only at Van Dyke Dodge can you drive a new Dodge or Ram now. And don't pay a thing till spring. No down payment, no upfront cash, and no payments till spring 2020. You have a trade-in? We will pay you cash back for it. Or look at the deals now. Lease a new well-equipped 2019 Ram Bighorn 4x4 as low as $99 a month. Buy and save up to $15,000 on new heavy-duty Rams or Challenger Hellcats. 36-month lease on new 2019 Durango SXT for $299 per month. Worried about credit? Forget it. We approve almost everyone. Kelly and his Van Dyke Dodge does the deals the other dealers won't. See us at VanDykeDodge.com during Ram Power Days. Located at 696 and 11 Mile. All offers ended October 31st. $24.95 to resign. All rebates to date.
Help Mother Waddles to help those in need by donating your car. Your car donation to Mother Waddles will provide food and shelter to the poorest of the poor. Call Mother Waddles today and change a life. Call 313-WADDLES.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Make the time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Learn more at 971theticket.com. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by 24 Seconds Bar and Grill. Lions back to work today in Allen Park, getting set for Sunday's game with the Vikings. And Coach Matt Patricia said they're not going to make excuses for the loss to the Packers Monday night, and he senses his team ready to move on. You know,